Greetings and salutations. It's your boy D.Boom for LLE.Ascension, aka LLE Astrology, aka LLE Tarot. We back. So it's gonna be brisk karmic readings for the day. It's Wild Out Wednesday, so it's usually when I do karmic readings. So excuse the tone. I'm usually turned up, animated. I'm at work, so I got some spare time to knock this out because I got a few life coaching sessions to do later when I get home from the 9 to 5. I'm tired already. Let's just get with it. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes rent, and we will begin. So, alright, cool. Yeah. Head, that's swords. Thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology. It's the direction you go in. It's the decisions you make. Cups. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators of where you're going mentally. Heart and mind must be aligned in everything that you do. Who rules the heart and mind department? Divine feminine, you can tell. Then we got wands. These. Wands are things you're doing or things you've done, not things you finna do because you ain't did it. What you've done has accountability and karma attached to it. What you're doing has accountability and karma attached to it. Not what you finna do. Then we got pentacles. Person, place, or thing. Something you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. All pentacles expire. All pentacles have expiration dates. And all pentacles are temporary. Who rules the wands, the king of wands, and the pentacles department? The divine masculine. So I'm going to show you the spread and we will begin. Make sure these is good and shuffled. Ooh. Un momento. I'm all over the place. Okay. Masculine. Your karma is up top. And your direct and conscious energy is at the bottom. First card in this message, we have the Knight of Cups. That's the Romeo and Juliet card, or joy. It's fairly important. It's very important. We got the Truth, Seven of Swords, Truth card. As far as your karma, we got the Knight of Swords. This is fear coming into this thing. As far as the feminine energy, karma, you got the Ace of Swords, Ascension. As far as yourself, the karma, we got the Seven of Cups. That's the Pimp Cup Chronicles. Gonna dive into this. Going to the future in your karma, we have the Two of Cups. This is the Lover's card. Or ships, relationship, friendship, partnership. It's your heart, another heart, whatever you're doing with another person. Or a place or a thing. You directly, masculine. We got the Knight of Wands. That's moving fast and fiercely towards your divine direction. Coming into this thing. As far as the feminine, personally, you got the Ten of Wands. This is temporary endings. Ten of Swords would be the permanent ending. As far as yourself, we have the Five of Swords. This is focus. And final card in this message, you directly go into the future. We got the Ten of Wands. Happiness. Whoop, excuse me. Ten of Cups, which is happiness. Let's get with it. Oh, if you ain't check out the last 4 readings, please check them out. I did my thing, man. Put my foot in the messages. Good messages here too, but you know, I'm at work, so I can't be too loud. First card in your message, Divine Masculine's karmic situation. We got the Knight of Cups. This is joy. This is actually the step after the Ten of Cups, which is happiness. Happiness comes from within. There's nobody making you happy. You making yourself happy. You know, happiness, like pentacles, are temporary. You know, they dissipate like farts in the air. But it's a step past happiness, and it's joy. But this is like the Romeo card from Romeo and Juliet. Knights are all about juvenile energy. Young energy. Energy you want to mature from. So, Romeo card. Just like Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy. They were two juveniles, you know. And Romeo and Juliet was definitely a karmic situation. It wasn't a divine demo at all. They both died. They both committed suicide. Like, forfeited their ascension process too. Like, it's a tragedy. It wasn't a love story. That wasn't love they were in. That was lust. So masculine. You're learning a lot what lust is, not love. You know, you're seeing what young love looks like, not mature love. You know, you got to mature with your emotions, especially when it comes to ships, relationships, friendships, partnerships. In your current partnerships, you're starting to see a lot of the people you were partnering up with were on some juvenile energy. You've matured and ain't on that. Or maybe they were mature and you was on some juvenile energy. That's why it didn't work. Friendships. You've outgrown a lot of your friends. Or some of your friends have outgrown you. Vice versa. It's just juvenile energy. Maybe you still trying to establish yourself, you know. And by you still trying to establish yourself, it's kind of making you get left behind in other situations. Best way I could put it is like, before I found purpose, before I found my path, even on path and purpose, I lost a lot of good people because I wasn't established yet, or I was still in the same spot, still in development, still trying to establish myself. And people ain't really got time. If a person's established, you can't wait forever for a person to establish themselves. The time, divine timing is something you can't, bank off of. It happens, but when it's people time, it's people time. Sometimes the person you're in a relationship with, they outgrow you. And it's love and respect. I have people who generally respect me, but they was just like, listen, mostly some good women. It's like, yo, I love you, I respect you, but you still trying to get on your stuff. How long is it going to take? Like, I know you waiting for you to get on your business and all that, but I've been on my business and more. I think you kind of stagnated. And, it's a mature friendship you have when a person got to step away because maybe they feel like they're in the way of your development. Maybe they feel like they're enabling you instead of helping you. But all that is found in the Knight of Cups. It's just really having the maturity to know why people step away or why you step away from people. That's just fairly important. Bottom line, we got the truth. Truth is, everybody's situation is different. Masculine. So whatever it is you trying to get to, like if you still need development, if you still trying to find who's right and who's right for you, you know what I mean? Like, who was this, the male? I ain't never seen a male pull up like that. I'll get that in a sec. Truth, you know what I mean? Truth sets you free. I'd rather somebody tell me the ugly truth instead of a beautiful lie. I can at least respect the truth. To the women who left me alone during my younger years when I was still trying to figure stuff out. I remember at one point I wasn't even developed emotionally. Especially with us men, it takes us a long time to mature emotionally. Women mature, in my personal opinion, in their teenage years, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, it just takes a little longer, But I can respect the truth though. You know what I mean? You leaving a friend alone because, like I say, what they into, you ain't trying to involve yourself in it. What they got going on, you don't want to involve yourself in it. Whether it's a good friend or a friend you need to stay away from. Truth sets you free. You know. So you're really starting to see the truth of why a few people left you alone. The truth of why a few partnerships couldn't work at the time. And when it comes to this twin flame situation, the majority of the reason why your feminine chooses to distance herself from you now, or why she's the runner and you're the chaser now. Coming to the situation, we got fear. Just like truth, which is the Seven of Swords, it's something you register. We got fear. This is karma. Fear comes post a Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is death or a permanent ending. That could be a death. That can be the loss of a car, loss of a job, loss of a house, loss of a friendship, a divorce. You know? Of course, you get a little fearful. Fear is just mental, number one, and something you registered. But this card in my deck is just making decisions without crossing your T's and dotting your I's, or just being mentally discombobulated from a loss that's gone. It's permanently gone. One thing about Ten of Swords, they ain't never coming back. And even if they do, they ain't gonna be the same. You were still in an emotional state when you cheated on your girlfriend, fiance, spouse. Your spouse was on some juvenile shit when she cheated on you. You know, when she crept around. It's fear. You know, a person cheats on you, it makes them feel kind of inadequate. Like, I'm beautiful. Like, I'm a good guy. I'm a nice man. I've been raised right, but you still, and I treat you right, and you still creeped out on me. Or her. She's beautiful. She's everything you've been looking for, but you still creeped out on her. It's gonna make her a little fearful, to make you a little fearful. But it's all in the mind, you know. One thing about juvenile friends, juvenile mates, juvenile partnerships, you will outgrow them. You know, you will outgrow them. So you directly come into the situation, masculine. We got the Nine of Wands. This is moving fast and fiercely towards your divine direction, or being in a place to be. You have to grow. This is acceleration too. You have to grow. You know, it gets to a point where you're gonna have to mature. You're gonna have to grow up. You know, whether that's you or a person you're dealing with, gonna have to grow up. If you enable a person, you're gonna have to remove yourself from their situation. Why? So they can get off the pot, so they can grow up. You know, one thing about juvenile energies or juveniles, they grow up to be adults. Masculine, you're really accelerating when it comes to growth, maturity, knowing exactly what it is you want. Not just living existence and living life trying to find whatever it is. Eventually, you're going to have to make a choice, a clear cut decision to soar, whatever the decision or direction you're going in, and really be 10 toes down on that. That would be the Queen of Swords. But at any rate, as far as the feminine energy in your karma masculine, it's time to go up. This is Ascension. I told you, masculines rule the wands and pinnacle areas. That's the toes and the knees. What masculines do, they go up to their heart and their mind. Emotionally, you're going to have to mature. Mentally, you're going to have to mature. That's masculines going up. Feminines go down. Feminines are quite mature mentally, quite mature emotionally. It's just their actions. They might do immature actions or manifest premature things when they're going down. But masculines go up. It's time to go up. This is Ascension. It's going up. What's up, Goddess? What's up? Point blank, period. It's time for you to get up. Off your ass and on your feet. It's time to get serious mentally. This is a direction. There's only one right way, and that's up. You can go in a whole circle 3 times. You're still going to have to go up. North, south, east, west, that's going in circles. Up. That's ascending. Okay? It's time for you to go up. Every masculine's hit a point in their life where they have to decide. Is this the relationship that I want to be with in the long term? Is this the career I want in the long term? Is this the house that I want long term wise? You know, it's about long term decisions. And a lot of you masters gonna have to make them. Especially when it comes to a feminine. It could be your divine feminine, could be your wife, fiance, a long term decision you need to make with your elderly mother, or grandmother, or auntie that you've been taking care of. It's a long term decision you're gonna have to make for like your daughter. It's like college, investing in her college. Because it ain't nothing in this world free. College costs money. You know, this could be your healthcare plan or benefits. You know, deciding what to do with your Social Security. You know, deciding that you're gonna have to really go up when it comes to your career and work situation, so you can at least be secure by the time you get old. At the end of the day, that was your karma. directly, when coming to feminine energy, you're going to have to 10 of wands. This is putting an end to something you was passionate about or pumping the brakes on something, i.e. kicking in. It ain't just going up. You're going to have to leave some stuff alone. Their actions, whatever this is, you're going to have to temporarily end. And it ain't permanently ending. It's just taking a break. Maybe it's something in your social life that you enjoy, that you love to do. Could be traveling, fishing, exploring, traveling the world and the country and stuff like that. But how can you really root yourself? That'll be a tumbleweed, just going from place to place, doing what the fuck you want to do. Eventually, you're going to have to grow some roots. In order to grow some roots, you're going to have to pump the brakes and stay in one place, stay in one relationship, stay in one region, stay in one career field. Excuse me. As far as yourself, karma to yourself, everything that's transpiring with this current energy is just getting you ready for the Pimp Cup Chronicles. That's the 7 of Cups. It's something in you that needs to come out. 6 of Cups is the sauce. That's your steez. That's your essence. That's what makes you you. Everybody's saucy. We're all saucy. We're all that. This is being all that in a bag of chips. This bag of chipsness differentiates you from everybody else. We all love by God sauce. We all have a fair shake at life sauce. We're all loved equally by God sauce. We are all the same. We are all saucy. We are all that. Every human being on this planet is all that. But you gotta be all that in a bag of chips. You gotta be different. You gotta differentiate yourself from everybody else. If you're hanging around a lot of immature people, then you're gonna have to Pimp a Cup Chronicles. Differentiate yourself as the mature individual in this whole pack of juveniles. But you can't just roll with a pack of juvenile people. You're gonna have to roll with a pack of adults. It's growing up. We all grow up. We got the mature, childish, juvenile side of ourselves, and then we got the mature, grown-up that we grow up to be. Ain't no 80-year-old, 88-year-old out here still acting like kids. To a certain extent, it's like you getting older and you're going to have to do exercise to keep your muscles moving to really stay active so you don't have health problems. And it's like your wife is on your ass about these exercises just to make sure you can get up and down from seats. So you ain't too much of a strain on her because she's just as old as you. And if she blow her back out trying to help you because you blew your back out, then y'all both fucked up. It's just somebody who's concerned staying on you. It's like a diet. You got to eat right. But you still want to eat bullshit. And it's just a person that's concerned going out their way to make sure you eat right. And then you want to turn around and act like a kid, act like a child because you don't want to do something when you need to do it. Like I say, you can't blend in. It's time for you to differentiate yourself. All masculines. It's time for you guys to differentiate yourself. It's like Neo in the Matrix. Where do you find Neo mostly in the Matrix? He's in the Matrix. Neo don't be in the real world that much. See, in the Matrix, Neo could blend in. He could be in the Matrix having a gay old time. And it's hard for agents to really find him. And when agents do find him, I mean, he's capable of fight 200 at one time. So maybe they stand out his way. But he's hard to find in the Matrix. He blends in, and that's how masculines like it, to be in the background, to be blended in. It's like a person who's incognitus. Feminines, you stand out like a green hat with an orange thumb. Feminines don't have that luxury to blend in, to fall in the back. It's like the guy in Rush Hour that kicked Chris Tucker in the mouth when he was talking mid-speech, and he was like, which one of y'all kicked me? It's like a person that kicked Chris Tucker and not say anything. Feminines are the one that was like, it's me, I did that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you can't play the background anymore. You can't be incognitus anymore. That whole slipping into the background, slipping into the darkness, slipping into the shade, it's over with. It's over with. You're really going to have to take something that's in you and give it to the world. Could be giving the world your true self. Could be giving this love that you got to the person that you've been wanting to give your love to. It's like me. I've been chilling, kind of single as a motherfucker. I got, prospects, but I'm going to have to You know what I'm saying? Give this love to somebody. You can't keep giving this genuine, unconditional love to just random people or to a group of people and not the one. All men have to settle down. All men have to grow up. And it ain't just men, because he could be a she could be a he. You know how we rocking. All masculines gonna have to settle down. Y'all the king of action, the king of doing things. Now it's time to be the king of a kingdom, king of a castle, king of your domain. That's your karma. Growing up, now it's time for you to focus. What's focus? It's being out your head and really focusing on the task at hand. You know, it's a direction, specific direction that you need to make right now, right now. It's a decision that you need to make right now, right now. You gotta focus. It ain't about making the right decision. It's about making a decision right now. Cause the way you've been moving, like I say, you ain't been wasting time, energy, and resources. You just been making sure that the direction you want to go in is the one you're gonna be happy with, or the relationship you finna head into is the one you're gonna be happy with. Like I say, long term. But it's time to focus. Not on who you want to be with. I think at this point you kind of know exactly who you want to spend the rest of your life with. I think at this point you know exactly where you want to be long term wise. It's time to make that decision. Future final row, wrapping this up. Yo, karma. Going to the future, we got the Two of Cups. This is a relationship. This is your heart. This is the heart of somebody else's. It's two people getting to know each other. You know, two people orbiting each other. You know, during this whole little, I call it a grace period that you've been having like prior to the decision to really go for what you want to go with. Like at this point, you should know what your heart wants. And at this point, you should know what this other heart, if you're in a relationship, wants from you. It's the reason you've been creating a grace period. It's the reason you've been doing what you want and not really making a solid decision based off another cup yet. Any relationship, friendship, partnership you in, you're going to have to take care of both interests. It's got to be a two-way street. You're going to have to sacrifice. They're going to have to sacrifice. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. You know, it's time. Masculines, it's time. It's time to make a decision. It's time to make a choice. It's been a big, long grace period, and time's up. Show karma. Because you, like, at this very moment, you intertwining with somebody. You getting to know somebody. You interested in somebody. You feeling somebody. And if it ain't a person, like a relationship you're trying to get in, it's a career. It's a field. It's a path. It's a decision. It's a direction that you need to go in. You've had more than enough time to feel things out, to test things out. It's time to move forward. And really get what you deserve, which is happiness. You deserve to be happy. And happiness is the 10 of cups. Tens are all about completions. This was the start. This is the end. See this Two of Cups right here? That's the Two of Cups right here. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. The 8 of Cups is the Enterprise card. It's time for you and the object of your affection, you and the person that you decide to go all the way with, to come together and enterprise. It's like fusion. You know, time to really fuse with the career you need to fuse with the path you need to go on. Like, you know, say it all the time. It's been a huge grace period for you masculines. Now is the time. Make sure you make the right decision. That's the message that I got. Hope I can be of good use. It's your boy D.Boom. Please stay tuned for the next message. Deuces.